Now, an inherent connection is well known in logic, where it's called an analytic connection, which means that how you have defined step A already includes what B is in it, so that the relation between A and B is built into what A is built into what B is. That's how you get necessary connections. So you say 32 plus 2 is 34. Well, that's not news, because 34 was already the uniting of all these ones that was like 2 and 32, see? So philosophers from Plato through Kant have always seen that it's the uniting that makes this necessity, this logical necessity. But that's really, when thinking really works, is when you understand something so well that you understand how this other thing is explained by it. I have a term x between A and B. Now, what is interesting is how we make those. So I'm making it right here. Is something that is not here but can insist. And B, I had an ordinary space arrangement. So then I was looking for the inherent necessary logical, analytical, mathematical connection between A and B, which of course isn't there yet. The space arrangement changed into spatializing. What is it about something like that it's not here but it can insist, that it can make an ordinary space arrangement or be an ordinary space? Why is it an ordinary space arrangement? What is an ordinary space arrangement such that it is the insisting of something that's not here? So that was more powerful for me than I am yet able to do. But for the moment at least, I found myself saying, well, I am spatializing because I'm a spatializing. Then I said, well, what kind of a term is this I? And then I found that I'm a spatializing because I'm living. And living is spatializing. Then I had an aha. Living is spatializing. Right? Living is moving around, living is spitting and inhaling and exhaling, and living is specializing. And I am one kind of living only. So if that which is not here but can insist comes to me, then it comes to specializing. So now I have two linked terms, I and living. I is just a kind of living. And for, 10 minutes, I thought that was pretty good. I mean it that way. It's like it has enough promise, so if I had a week to look at it, I wouldn't throw it away. I would come back to it and start from it and see where it would go more exactly. The first linked term was, two of them, I as a kind of living. And the understanding, the aha in it is that living is spatializing. So clearly a plant is living too. And that's pretty interesting, because then you can look at living things and you see that there's always something that's not here, something that is spatializing. And then I wanted to know, why is A C? Why is something that isn't here but can insist, that's A, why is that already connecting? So I went back to my facet and I found my facet, my instance, my example. I had to have a more right way, not the right way, because I don't trust myself to have the right way ever. But a more right way I could believe. So then I went to see, why do I believe a more right way? And this is what I want to show you. So I went in there and I said, why did you have confidence that there is a more right way? And then, of course, I laughed and said, because the way that I had there was so bad, there has to be a more right way somewhere. Again, I have to stop and say, that's important now, because when I check with my instance, my facet, that time, it's exactly right now. The connecting was a result of the A more right way. I couldn't manage the connecting. The connecting came because A more right way is a connecting. So I know that I want the already connecting as a D or an E, some later term. And my C term is A more right way. Now I'm looking for the link inherently. Why is A more right way something that insists even though it isn't here? So now I see that they're already linked. Because a more right way than what? Well, a more right way than what is here. So a more right way than what is here is obviously not here, right? So a more right way is inherently something that's not here insists. So then I didn't know what to call that exactly. There is a this here. So now I have a network, a logical system of A, B, and C with two link terms, one between A and B and one between A and C. Do you see what I mean? I can actually say, okay, now I have a nucleus of a theory. I have the beginning of a theory. Here it is.